Hey, beloveds, I'm Jerome Braggs, and I want to answer another one of your questions. A question that was recently submitted to me is, what is the soul? And I love this question because to me, there's almost nothing about us that's more important for us to understand than what the soul is. The soul is a part of us, actually, who is our true identity, it's our full identity. So the soul is the part of us that is eternal. It's the part of us that existed before this particular incarnation of our lives, and it's the part of us that will exist after we transition from this particular lifetime. The soul is also the largest part of us. What we see in these with our eyes, like we see this flesh and bone, we see this brown skin, we see all of that. What we actually see with our eyes is our bodies. Our bodies are serving the soul. They are the vehicle the soul uses to experience physicality. They're the vehicle the soul uses to experience this planet at this particular time and physical space. So the soul exists in a part where it is non-physical. It does not have physicality. It's not made of matter. It's made more of consciousness and energy. So the soul part of us is the larger part of us. It's the wiser part of us. It's the part of us that has the broader perspective, that sees all elements of our lives, that sees all elements of what's happening, that understands what's actually behind some of the events and circumstances and challenges we experience. It's the God part of us, pretty much. The soul is the God part of us. Many people call it the higher self. Some people call it the inner being or the God self. But it's literally the part that is one and connected with God or source, if you want. So the soul is that aspect of us. And it's that part of us that never forgets who we really are and is constantly trying to remind us. The soul never forgets that we are wholly worthy always and unconditionally, that there's nothing about us that is unworthy or undeserving of anything that we want or anything in this world. And it is constantly trying to remind us of that. It holds that memory for us. The soul also holds the memory that we are always safe, eternally safe, that no matter what's going on, we are okay. And the soul is the part of us that holds that okayness no matter what. It is also the part of us that understands and remembers and constantly tries to remind us that we are loved and that we are lovable. It is the part of us, again, that is connected to and one with God. So it understands that there's nothing about us that is unlovable. There is nothing about us that is unloved. We are literally the essence of love itself. The soul is literally the essence of love itself, which I'm going to talk about it here in a second. So the soul never forgets that, and it reminds us of that. It tries to get our attention when we have forgotten that, and when we're behaving in ways or thinking in ways that is in opposition to the truth of who we really are, that we are loved and lovable, that we are safe, that we are also held, that we are supported by the entirety of the universe, that we're never left alone. That is the part of us that knows and tries to remind us of that. As well, the soul is the creator. It is the essence of all that is created. So the soul part of us is the part of us that is unlimited. It is a part of us that is it is the essence of creation. So it is the creative force within us. It's what creates our reality. It is literally the part of us that sustains all of life, by the way, not just your life, but what we see as physical life. That is literally all being held in operation and in maintenance and being sustained by the soul. So the soul is that part of us, which is all that is, pretty much. The soul is literally all that is, and it's usually mostly the non-physical. Most of our soul is non-physical, but the soul also has physical elements, and it also has, which is kind of a different conversation I'll have a little later, but our soul doesn't just have this one lifetime happening at this time. There are multiple lifetimes that we live at once. And the soul, and what you see as Jerome right here, is a piece of the soul. It's not the only lifetime that I'm living. It's not the only lifetime that you're living. We literally are connected to the same source. So pretty much that's what the soul is. It's the eternal part of us. It's the God part of us. It's the part of us that remembers who we really are, that we are loved, lovable, whole, worthy, well, and held and supported and safe. And it will not let us, it's trying to not let us forget that. Through all of our life experiences, trying to draw in experiences, is trying to draw in people and relationships and circumstances to help us remember who we really are. Because when we remember who we really are, when we get that that element in our consciousness of what we really are, then our lives begin to work better for us. When we understand that we're loved and we're lovable, when we understand the truth of our soul, of who we are, then our lives begin to reflect that more. Our relationships become more fulfilling and more loving. We show up in the world more loving when we understand that we're one with everything. Again, the soul is one with everything. It is connected to everything. Then how we show up in the world is different. I don't want to harm anyone else. I don't want to wage war on anyone else. I don't want to deplete my environment and the world, because I know that I am connected to all of that. So whatever I do to you, whatever I do to our Mother Earth, I'm doing to myself, and it's going to affect me as well. So the more we align with the truth of who we really are, the better our lives become. The more we believe we're loved, the more love we're going to feel. The more safe we remember that we are, the more safety and security we're going to feel in our lives, and the more we can chase our dreams with abandon. We can show up for our lives with more transparency and more vulnerability. The more supported I know that I am, the more that I can trust that I can, ask for what I want, and life is going to support me in the unfolding of that. If I'm experiencing a challenge, I know that I am supported in seeing and overcoming that challenge, and coming into the outcome that I really want. So the whole thing is, how can we begin to align with the soul? How can we begin to align with who we really are, so that our lives are more pleasurable, they're more enjoyable, they're more fulfilling, and we can begin to experience more of our divine nature in our lives? That's pretty much what the soul is, and that's why it's important to know what it is, so that if you're having a challenge, or if you're going through an illness or a disease, you want to take some time, and to take some time out of this reality that you're constantly looking at, and try to connect in with the part of you that knows how to handle this challenge very well, that remembers that you're not less than, that you're not limited or bonded, that you're not unlovable or ugly, that it remembers who you really are, that you're beautiful, that you can handle this situation, that you can create whatever you want from this, that you're loved by life and you're not alone. You're supported by the entire universe, both entities that you can see and some that you can't. That's the importance of understanding what the soul is. And it's really just who you really are. It's the larger part of you. It's the part of you that you may not necessarily be able to see with your eyes, but you can feel in your energy if you allow yourself to connect with it. I talked about the soul as energy. So also the soul feels like love. It is the essence of the energy and frequency of love. It is the essence and energy of the frequency of clarity. It is the essence and energy of the frequency of safety and security. It is the essence and energy of well-being and wellness. It is the essence of support. So when we start to feel those things, like if we're feeling those things emotionally, if you start to feel loved and lovable, when you start to feel enough and worthy, when you start to feel, appreciation and joy, the soul is joy as well, the energy of joy. When you're happy, when you're starting to feel more of that, what you're doing is you're becoming more in alignment with yourself. The self that you see here in this physical body is becoming more in alignment with the higher self, the soul. And again, the more in alignment you become with yourself, the better your life must become. So that's the soul in a nutshell. It is all that is. It is all of you. It is all of us. Every single one of us has one. Every single one of us is one. And the more we understand about it, the more we connect with it, the more we begin to align our consciousness with the truth that our soul knows, and the more we begin to align our emotional state and our energy with how the soul feels, the better our lives become, the better health we experience in our bodies, the more wealth we experience in our, finances, the more success, all of that stuff. Every aspect of life gets better the more we become in alignment with who we really are. So I hope this has helped you understand a little bit about what the soul is and what it means for you. And until next time, I love you. Be well and live soliciously. Bye.